think different brands also have different strategy. किसी की ये रहती है कि मैं price minimum offer करके maybe I'll kill the market, then I'll level up the price. So do you feel कि pricing is a key lever that a salesperson has in or her hand, or there is something different that you can offer as a value to end consumer कि जिसके चलते अगर आपका competition price पे आपसे बार बार heads on हो रहा है, then you can beat them? Maybe sir, you can start on.
No, you know, if we say that price is not important, then we are living in a fool's paradise. That I don't think any of us are saying that. I think the point that we are trying to make is slightly different. Price can't be your only point of conversation. Right. That's the only point that I think all three of us are making. So in a sales pitch per se, right? I don't think you start off by saying I am the cheapest in town.
Right.
I don't think you start off with that. You would start off by probably looking at the consumer need. A great salesperson, and Rocket Singh Salesman, that's a great movie. It taught us that पहले पूछो कस्टमर का नीड क्या है. अब वो एक ना सेल्स का सवाल होता था कि गंजे को कंगी बेच दो. I think it's bullshit if I might use the word. You can edit this, but that's crap. Unless he has the need, you can't sell the product, right? So I think in any sales conversation, you need to first realize what is the core need. And basis that core need, then you kind of then look at what are the product offerings which can suit the core need. And when you're more closer to the closure of the deal, then I think the price comes into picture. Right? And so even if you look at the mobile phones is one of the toughest categories, right? In terms of sales. If you look at the brand communication these days, I think price has taken a backseat these days. Now you talk about the camera and how powerful the camera is, how images are great, how AI is a part of the camera processor to kind of phone processor to kind of improve. So you're actually moving the conversation first towards something which the younger generation is hooked onto. So camera is linked with social media. The need is to be looking good in social media. So that's the core need. So you're translating that into a conversation in a brand conversation, and then kind of a sales conversation. And then eventually you're saying, by the way, this product is available at 15,999. Right? But you don't start off by saying that 15,999 pe phone available. I think you start off with a core need, which is social media. You need to take pictures to look nice in Instagram. So phone camera needs to be great. My camera provides you XYZ things, and then translate the conversation into price eventually. I think that's my take in the entire situation.
Very right. As a marketer, I think, done a fair bit of marketing in my career. I think if you just do a price-led marketing, you are not doing your job well. It's easy. You know that your competition is selling at X, you do X minus 1, then start selling in the same word. And then you suddenly realize that, the guys who are on X plus 1, they'll start coming down, and then you keep on going, to the bottom. Right?
I remember आपने एक मेरे को SIM का जो recharge वाला example दिया था.
So you can't be doing a price-led marketing, and like Parikshit said, it's all about proposition. That what are you selling today? Look at quick commerce. Today, if I need something in 10 minutes, I don't care about price. I just need it because there is a hot food in the kitchen and I need to add some masala to that, and then that gets delivered in 10 minutes. 5 rupees expensive, seriously, no one cares today. Right? So the whole conversation of e-commerce being a platform for deal seekers, you go compare prices, I suddenly moved away from price to 30 minutes, price to 10 minutes, price to convenience, that, you sit at home and you don't need to step out, you don't need to look for parking, and then you don't need to, go in hot sun in Delhi, of course. You just sit and order. And if it is like 10 rupees expensive, sometimes you don't even know that they are charging 12 rupees per order. If it is like less than 149 rupees, you don't care. So I think this is a brilliant marketing move that, you have suddenly pivoted away conversation of e-commerce from price to convenience, price to quick delivery, and then even pleasure of your home. Like you sit in AC and someone comes and deliver it to you, right? And you're paying an extra price for this. So I think it's all about how you position your product. If you want to position your product price first, I think God saves you. It will be a race to the bottom. And there's a very popular book called $100 Billion Offers. Talks just about this. Don't use median pricing to attract your customers, because someday someone will manufacture at a lower cost and kill you, right? And I think it happens in your world more often than B2B, but yeah. It does.
So I think all of us are saying one thing, that at the end of the day, you have to find the right set of customer, the cohort you're communicating to, the product you're communicating should have a USP which should be meaningful to that consumer. If that consumer does not find value in your product, he will come back to you with a price discussion. But if he finds value, like a good example of Q-commerce has been given, So at that point of time, that price discussion goes out of the window, and it is convenience, it's other USPs. So example, even in mobiles, as you were talking about, there has been a lot of talk on camera. There's been a lot of recent talk on security as well.
Yeah.
Now there is an important proposition for consumer which we need to understand, which is beyond this, because a camera increase after a certain bit will not make any sense as well. So there is no point talking about 4 cameras, 8 cameras, and 12 cameras, because at a point of time, then that will become redundant as a conversation. So maybe what a few brands right now are talking about AI or a language change or communicating in that way. That is something which is a differential from across the other mobiles, which a Samsung is doing. Now that's something which can be the USP. If a consumer finds it useful, he will pay the X price, higher premium compared to the intrinsic value of the product, which is being offered by any other brand. So that's something which could be the way to go.